guess it's time for another video. Yeah, I guess the topic of the day is question. Should you try to raise a woman's interest, or you just talking to her to get to know her? And my advice to that is no. Well, let me run that back a little bit. Only on the initial encounter. You can't raise anything with just regular conversation. Keep that shit moving, man. The reason why I had this topic is I've been listening to a guy named AMS, YouTube. Every now and then I come by the channel and see if he drops something new. Not that I want to use anything, guys, but sometimes he hit on some good points. Sometimes he don't. Sometimes I leave comments under his videos he probably view as negative. That's only when he get into religion and politics and stuff like that. Then I have something to say about it. But the dating game, it extends beyond just dating, man. This world is all encompassing, man. You can't leave out politics, religion, and race in the grand scheme of it. When you're just trying to meet a chick, you got to leave those. Well, you don't have to, but it's advisable to leave politics, religion, and racism out of it. Eventually, you're gonna have to talk about that stuff anyway if you want something solid with the woman. Y'all ain't gonna survive anyway. But back to the topic. Should you try to raise a woman's interest? I've been hearing this not only from him but from a few others. He likes to say things like it's easy to get the cooperative women, which is true. And he was saying he wants to get the women he can hardly get. But that's when I had a deeper thought about it today. I actually thought about it today. I was like, when you really try to raise a woman's interest, man, you really you're going to put yourself out there more. And you're going to do extra things just to get in her so-called good graces, man. So really, in a sense, when you try to raise a woman's interest, if she's not really feeling you anyway, kind of soft tricking, man. Soft simping. And the thing AMS would say, he would say, once you get her attached and all this, after you raise her interest, then she's gonna be like putting in your hands, sort of sense. But the thing is, in order to maintain that interest, the woman who wasn't feeling you like that anyway, you're still gonna be going an extra mile just to maintain that situation. It may seem like you're doing less after a while, but really you're not. You just have been accustomed to dealing with that kind of chick. So in a sense, she kind of trained you to deal with her personality. Now you going out your way to raise her interest. So a lot of guys be getting fooled by thinking they're not doing more than her. You're actually doing more and you get less. What do you got to do to raise her interest? You gonna take her somewhere nicer, there's more money, spend more time with her, burning time out your schedule. You'll be doing extra things, meaning you're gonna be compromising more just to get in her so-called graces. I'm sure we'd like you like that. And some guys maybe say, I don't care about that. But yeah, that's why a lot of relationships don't work out, man. The dynamic starts off wrong. When a woman has more control in the situation, when you try to exert your manhood in the future, it's gonna bite you in the ass. Just be sitting back analyzing stuff, man. What happens eventually with a guy? Why he end up leaving or something nothing. Because they don't feel like a man in a relationship. Come to a census. Oh man, this chick ain't really contributing. I'm tired of fucking this chick. That's why a lot of guys will get tired of fucking the chick. Because the guys realize that's all she brings to the table. That table word again. That's what happens when you try to subdue a woman who's not really feeling you like that. You put yourself out there more. And you're giving her a little bit more control in an interaction or a relationship, depending on how far y'all get. So what am I saying? I'm saying it's just best to talk to chicks who like you. Like for instance online, if I don't get the number right away, I try one more trick to try to see if she's gonna come to her senses. After the second ask for the number, I just block them, man. I said this before. We ain't talking on here, none of that shit they suggested. That means she's not interested like that. And the reason why I can do that because I have comparisons. I have a lot more women who just throw the number at me than I asked for it the first time. That's what I got to compare it by. So when the chicks be giving me resistance, I'll be thinking she's not really that interested. And I know it because of the women's numbers I have got. Yeah, fellas, a couple days ago, I actually counted the numbers I got. A couple days ago, I had 198. I would say 3 days ago, I had 198 phone numbers in my phone from these women online, just online. That's after I've been deleting numbers. All since last summer. So now I gained about, since those 3 days, I gained about five or more fucking phone numbers, man. And I kind of feel I ain't gonna say bad, but some of the chicks be texting my ass. I ain't been really hitting them back on the phone call, but really you're only supposed to call these chicks when you're setting up a date, man. So ain't like you're supposed to be chitty chatty anyway. But the thing is with that, I can lose numbers by not talking to these chicks, man. So really I would normally try to at least strike up an initial conversation. And then I might not talk to them for a while. Just to let them know I'm real, you know, maybe they're gonna hold on, hold on to the number. Some women, they get mad and delete the numbers, talking about the consistency and all this shit. I'm not even your boyfriend. What you talking about consistency? See, that's a tale right there about these women. They don't really get out. They don't really get out on a date like that. Guys ain't really hitting them up like that. It just seem like it. That's why a lot of guys shouldn't be pressed like that. These chicks ain't really getting hit up like that. Because, for one, a lot of women work. As I said before, a lot of women work. A lot of these women have children. They don't really have the time. Guys ain't talking to them like that. So how they gonna meet a guy? They ain't stepping to guys. They too scared. How they gonna meet guys? See, that's why they gotta go online. But the thing about online, a lot of guys haven't, like I said before, haven't mastered messaging online, the techniques. This is a formula to this shit, man. I try to give y'all the formula in my past videos. Probably some of you dudes probably be listening to that. You think I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about because when I figured the formula out, my number count drastically went up. And it's more than just a number count, man. It's, if I actually wanted to set up dates with these chicks, I could. But that's the thing with the formula. It don't just get you the number. It gives women a decent first impression about you. You know what I'm saying? It's almost refreshing to them. these women, it seems like they might give every guy the number. That's not true. That's what I'm saying. You gotta come at these women a certain way, non-sexual way, but you almost gotta come at these women, letting them know like all the good stuff about you up front. Like me, I'm single, no kids, I live alone. All that stuff, man. That stuff matters. So, that's how that goes. With that, I advise you guys out here, man, young teenagers, college guys, don't try to coerce a woman into liking you more if she don't initially like you. Now, some women may be shy and they'll warm up quickly. See, that's the thing, they'll warm up quickly. Well, you gotta coerce these women telling you shit like they gonna pin you in their schedule and all this shit. Cause if they so busy and they got it like that, that shit ain't gonna work, man. You gonna do most of the compromising. I'm telling you, from my experience, I just reflect on things a lot. You're gonna be doing most of the compromise. You're the one who gonna be trying to make it work. And somehow she gonna make it seem like that's what being a man does. He does this stuff, gentleman and all this bullshit. And you may even feel like that's what a man does. Do most of the work. That's not how it works nowadays, fellas. So you always gotta remember, nowadays, women got their own shit. See, that's the key. Women have their own shit. They got their own jobs, man. They can survive without a man. My mom was surviving without a man. She's a single mother, 3 children. Working some nurse's aid jobs. Now you got women with a bunch of kids, nurses and shit. My sister is one of them. And I don't say that to slight her. She's doing pretty damn well. From a lot of single mothers out here. Her children about to be out of the household, most of them. She an LPN, she did that. I helped her, but she became an LPN. Now she's a short time away from being an RN. So that's pretty decent money. You'll have 3 children in the crib for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So you're doing all right. Living in Detroit too, or in Michigan. So, you got single mothers out here like that, decent paying jobs, good paying jobs. So you can't look at it like the man got to do everything, man. You got to meet these women on a different level, man. How do you become a man to these women now? See, nowadays, fellas, these women long for a connection with a man. It's no longer really that a man is supposed to be dominant. You're supposed to always be able to have self-defense around your woman. You know what I'm saying? Get some dudes up off of her or something like that, but it's not like back in the day, where she sit in the corner somewhere, don't say nothing. That's ideal. Most guys, most of us out here, that's ideal, but now these women, man, they want to be held at night. They want to be loved. Some of these women can cry. You probably hear them. They go, I just want to be loved at night. Somebody love me. That's the sense I get from these women, man. That's why they throw me the number like that. That and they probably want a ring on it. But a lot of these women, man, they be meeting a lot of emotionally disconnected dudes out here. A lot of y'all guys, y'all be emotionally disconnected. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because emotional disconnect saves our feelings. That shit try to creep in yesterday. You know how that emotional softness try to creep in? Because I was forcing the interaction with a chick. And this is a real psychological shit going on when you be dealing with these women, man. some old soft shit try to kick in, and I think a lot of women they have a little psychology understanding going on, because she had like short answers and all that shit. She was kind of like, she would be considered a whack chick if you was talking to her. Tariq, now she had mentioned that some years ago. Some chicks are just whack. That's true. Chicks is whack. That means they don't really have good conversational skills. They may like a guy, but they don't really know how to talk and communicate. Or it just may take a long time for them to warm up to a guy. But, I text a chick, she texts back. But, some chicks will provoke a guy, man. Also, so you come out the bag and curse them out. And they'll have a reason to say, see, you knew I was right about this guy. So you got chicks out there like that with some stupid game. They think provoking a guy and him coming out the bag and still figuring something out about the guy. No, you provoked the guy. You provoked the guy, but back to the subject about feelings. Yeah, I found myself kind of chasing a little bit. Because that's the thing, women play on your ego. When they get you to invest a little bit, by trying to force the interaction, you start getting a little attached, you start getting a little slight, minuscule attachment to where you want to see if you can try your luck again with this bro. So that's why I do a lot of talking online to these chicks and getting a lot of numbers, man. That's why I can, in a sense, have these women chasing me, trying to get a phone call with my ass, because I'm not really pressed to get back at them, man. I have so many damn numbers, man. I'm overwhelmed with these numbers, man. You have some guys out here that say numbers don't mean nothing. That's true. When in a sense it does, because it gives you options. Or it gives you a possibility of options. But there's more possibilities than you not having numbers when you have a bunch of numbers in your phone. So that's what you got to do. That's the dating game online. There's no way around it from what I've seen. I'll be like, damn, I got to call some of these women. But I'm just overwhelmed, man. It's like, what I do is like, I'm down there, a number collector, man. I just go online and just get numbers. And Facebook, once I found out about that Facebook thing, I knew that shit was on. I actually rediscovered that. I made a video about it. Once I found that site, man, I was like, yeah, it's on. It's on. So I started getting a lot of numbers, a lot of damn matches. So, started getting a whole lot of matches. Once you get so many numbers, man, you kind of lay back a little bit, but not really. You still can't be comfortable. If you out here single and dating, trying to date or trying to get some chick to come to your spot, you gotta get a lot of numbers. Chicks will just come straight over. Those women from me, those women was far and few in between. So I would do a lot of hollering just to get one of those chicks who were down to come through. Now I tried it on that chick who was kind of, acting kind of distant and whack a little bit. I had mentioned but you acting bashful and shit. Like, what, you trying to come through? That's a little test. But you were saying all unsure and shit, so I had to try. Like, no, I don't really come through, and guys, I just mean, so I switched it up. So, we hang out, whatever. That's like a little backup. Now, I would always suggest you actually go on dates with chicks who look attractive to you. And that's another thing, too, when you're doing a lot of hollering at these chicks. You're going to be talking to a lot of chicks you may not want to be seen with. That's why it's best to just talk to chicks you're really attracted to. So if you had to go on a date, it'd be all good. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I started doing as of late. Talking to chicks who I find attractive, who I won't be embarrassed to be seen. Some chicks might be watching this video and be like, who are you? Feel embarrassed for? Embarrassed about being with a woman. Yeah, like, you'll feel embarrassed. It might not, on the outside, looking in, it might not seem something to be embarrassed about, being with a certain woman. But as a man, every man has a standard. And when you know you don't really like a woman like that, you feel embarrassed to be with her. Even though on the outside it may look like she's a decent chick to everybody else. But to you, you know what you're capable of. And you know what you know what you really like. So if you with a woman you don't really feel like that, you would be embarrassed to be with her. Even though she might be decent enough from other people's perspective, other eyes' perspectives. So yeah, man, you know, the dating games online. And, you know, some guys, they have success out here cold approaching, bold approaching, just stepping the chicks. I'm gonna have to get back in it a little bit because I was thinking about since I got the formula online, I'm gonna kind of try to convert that, do a conversion with that formula. For like, you know, meeting women on the street or in the bar, lounge, in the club, I had to tweak some things. You can't really come at women in person exactly like you can online, even though you're not mentioning anything about online with the online formula. It's just more nuances, and it's more random things that could go down. But that's one of the reasons why I thought about should you pursue a woman, try to raise her interest. When I was writing them lines that I was thinking about what I could say, aka notes. That's why I came to the conclusion. I was thinking about other stuff to say if a woman respond a certain way. Because that's the thing, I try to anticipate what these women be saying or will say when I say something. In these notes I'll be jotting down. And I just came to the conclusion, I'm like, man, this is too much damn writing, man. Cut that bitch off. That's too much. She's showing too much resistance. The chick do all this shit, come with all these retorts, these lines. It's over, man. You know, you're doing too much, you're chasing behind her too much. Trying to pick up something that ain't really there. That's what I said, man. These women, they give you so much resistance, man. That means she ain't gonna really talk to you anyway. And that's usually how it went. I try to force the issue at the club or lounge or whatever. With some of the chicks. Y'all may have seen in the video. You know. That shit, chicks never called, man. But they had no interest. The interest was low. You know what I'm saying? And I raised it. I didn't say I raised it, but I got to the point where I could get their number. But because I had to do too much, the numbers the chicks didn't call. And one chick that called, when I called her, she was acting like she was the shit. So that's another thing too, man. When you try to raise this woman's interest by playing the fool, playing the guy who's supposed to do certain things, do all the work, chicks gonna start expecting certain things from you. And because it's not really you, it's gonna show in the conversation. You're gonna be trying to exert your manhood, your dominance. And in her mind, she gonna be thinking, nigga, I know you like me already. Who you fooling? That shit ain't gonna work. That's why it's best to deal with women who like you, who are real giddy, down there giggling to fuck with you, but real accommodating. It's best to deal with those women. I'm trying to raise the interest of these women out here, man. It just ain't working, man. It ain't working. It don't make you a so-called better player either, just because you can raise the interest in women who don't really like you like that, and you can fuck them eventually. No, it just means you got a higher tolerance for bullshit. That's all. Things are supposed to flow as smooth as possible, man, when dealing with women. It just means you got a higher tolerance for BS. Some of these dating coaches, they say they don't. But that's what you're doing, man. You're tolerating more. You're doing more. I'm trying to raise these women's interest and get less. Yeah, she'll suck your dick and all that shit and all that shit. Those women will anyway. But you're doing too much. Some guys say, well, I ain't really doing too much. I got it like that. That's the point. You're accustomed to doing more for less. Yeah, you got it like that. There's no shirt off your back. Spend more, do more, give a woman some kind of grand experience. That's all she did was give you some ass. So you soft tricking, soft simping. Man, this shit is real deep, man. And when you sit down and start pondering what's really going on with these women, you'll start seeing things start revealing themselves, man. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it on that. I think some of these videos is getting too long. All right, fellas, folks, ladies, gents, madams, ma'am, sir.